Good morning. My name is Donald Williams-Gutierrez, and I will be speaking to you today about the United States Food and Drug Administration, protecting and promoting your health. The FDA provides information to four target audiences. These audiences are consumers and patients, health professionals, scientists and professionals, and the industry. Today we'll be talking about the consumers and patients and health professionals. Information for consumers and patients from the FDA's website offers updates for consumers on animal and veterinary uh, information, information on cosmetics, dietary supplements, drugs, food, nutrition, and vaccinations. The FDA provides safety information on these various topics. There's also other topics that the FDA does also cover, but these are some of the main ones that consumers and patients would seek when on the FDA website. The FDA website does allow consumers to search for updates. It does show recent consumer updates. They do debunk myths and misconceptions that are associated with drug or food safety, or even things such as cosmetics. Does also, like I said, provide information on food safety and drug safety. The FDA's website does give tips to consumers and patients on how to protect themselves from a number of harmful practices and products, such as buying pharmaceuticals online. The FDA website will provide a list of websites that are approved to sell pharmaceuticals and that are legitimate. There are many companies out there and websites that will try to sell pharmaceuticals that are not approved to sell them in the United States. And also, drugs must be bought from within the United States. Um, Drugs coming from outside of the country are illegal in most instances. The FDA website provides information on counterfeit drugs. Counterfeit drugs is not just aren't just drugs that maybe are sugar pills or completely something different. They can be that are made to look like the real drug. A lot of times it can be just a sugar pill. Other times, counterfeit drugs may also be what you would call watered down drugs or diluted drugs. And these actually, pharmacies oftentimes do not know that they are distributing counterfeit drugs or diluted drugs because there's the middleman um, that between the pharmaceutical company and getting into the pharmacy, there are some middlemen that the drugs have to be handled by, and sometimes those are the people that are diluting these drugs, somehow making a double profit. So these are some issues that have to be tackled. It is somewhat of an issue. It hasn't been as of lately hasn't been as big of an issue. Fraudulent and dangerous products. Also, there's information on that. And if you do feel that there have been products that have been that are potentially dangerous or are false or fake, there are ways to report it to the FDA. You may click on any one of these on these links. That does lead to the FDA's website on buying pharmaceuticals online, counterfeit drugs, and how to report problems to the FDA. The FDA does provide information to consumers by various audiences, whether those are seniors or older adults, women, patient and patient advocates, health educators and students, children, racial and ethnic minorities, and information in Spanish. For health professionals, there are articles of interest, such as FDA news and articles from professional journals that are targeted specifically at health professionals. Also, information for health professionals include biologics such as blood products and tissue products, information on vaccinations and effectiveness, cells and genetics, allergens, and information on transplants. Drug and drug products, information on that is name of drugs, drugs that have been approved. Um, Also to note that drugs that have been approved have, the FDA in the United States have a much more rigorous approval process than almost any other country, including developed countries such as Canada, United Kingdom, Germany, France, and other countries in the European Union. Typically in those countries, drugs are approved uh, within 5 to 7 years, while in the United States, it takes in between 10 and 15 years to approve a drug, from the time of initial research to the time it reaches FDA approval. There is also information on drug shortages, medication errors, and drug information for pregnant women, especially because many drugs, either knowingly or unknowingly, may cause birth defects or have been proven to cause birth defects in the past. Certain chemicals. So this will provide information uh, for those who are pregnant and how to what medications they should not take, especially when pregnant, to prevent and even eliminate the possibility of birth defects. Health professionals also receive information on radiation safety, how to reduce the dose of radiation, emergency information in case of how to respond to a radiation either attack or overexposure of radiation. Um, there is also information on products that do emit radiation, such as medical imaging, which would be occupational, as well as surgical and therapeutic products. These, would be not only for the patient, but also for those professionals that work in these fields and areas. Also, for everyday consumers, even home, business, and entertainment products that may emit radiation unknowingly. Also tanning facilities, which many people, especially here in the United States, use these facilities because everyone wants to have this nice tan. Um, but there are also potential dangers to that, in addition to ultraviolet and other complications even later in life. Also for health professionals, information on cosmetics, such as cosmetic labeling, label claims, expiration dating, and how they determine that. Um, Safety on the product and ingredients in the product, and potential contaminants. Of course, this is very important because many people, in particular women, um, but nowadays it's not so much just only women, but they do use this every day, and it is important that these products are safe and are because this is stuff that people are putting on their faces or on their bodies. So it is important to ensure the safety of these products. Um, there's The FDA also does provide information on recalls and alerts. There's an FDA patient safety news video. Also, there are podcasts which are free on FDA drug safety, as well as information on drug shortages. And that concludes the presentation on the Food and Drug Administration. Thank you for your time and have a nice day.